He says, yo, you know something, bro? You mad cool. It's been like 6-7 years. I'm not gonna lie to you. She knew she was on her period. She just really wanted you to come here. You see how we was calling you. You see how she demanded you come. So she had sex with you. He was like, yo, it was wrong. I'm gonna give you some money. Calm down. Let's not do this. We've been seeing each other too long. He really used to try to be a mediator. I'm not gonna lie. He goes in the room. He gets me like $5,000. He comes out. He gives me $5,000 to stop arguing with her. Tasha, I stopped arguing with her. He says, yo, go check it in your room. He gives me a key for my suite in the Beverly Hills Hotel. I take my cash. I go to my room. I go to sleep. I wake up the next day. She calls me that night. She apologizes about the night before. She says, listen, I was drunk. I'm on my period. I was horny. You really disappointed me by the fact that you didn't want to come. And she said, yeah, what I did was wrong. I'm sorry. I should have told you I was on my period. She totally apologized. So how could you get on the stand and tell the stand that Diddy made you have sex with me when you know for a fact that I know that that's a lie? Yeah, I feel I don't want to say I feel bad for Diddy because I know the women are going to destroy me, but I kind of feel bad for him because he's not totally being lied on, but his bitter ex-girlfriend who
you didn't smell it? You didn't smell the pit blood?
No, actually, I gotta be fair. Vagina never stunk. Never stunk.
What the fuck is she doing?
Never stunk. Never. Maybe she kept herself clean for me. I don't know, but she smelled like lavender every time I touched her. She never stunk. Never.
Did he call you for the other Jane Does, or you only just serviced her?
Only her. I never met Christina Coram. I never saw any of his staff. I was meticulously hidden from sight because I was specifically hired to service Cassie. I think the only person
So let me say this. Y'all were pretty much all three of you guys in a relationship.
Kind of, yeah, with him being the supervisor, yes. With no homosexual activity. Let's make that clear.
He never tried to?
Oh, no, he did try, but nothing ever happened. He tried me. I want to say he tried me once.
Back up. Wait a minute. What do you mean you're saying that Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, tried to what with you?
He didn't try to what with me. He tried to psych me out into fucking him. I don't want to blow up my whole book, but I'll tell you basically what happened.
They're going to buy it anyway. Don't worry. We got a whole week worth of promotions. Just give me that motherfucking link. We support up over here. Go. We ain't even dropped this bitch on YouTube. Wait till we drop the bitch on YouTube. See, I wanted you to be able to say what the fuck you wanted to say without YouTube burying the shit.
And I thank you for that. Thank you very much.
Anytime. That's what we over here for. Okay. So Diddy tried to do what to you now during the freak off?
Okay. So in I want to say it was 2015 or 2016, I fly to Miami to meet them. I think it was March 2016 because I think it was Ultra Weekend. There's like a huge festival that goes on in Miami for the music industry every year.
Okay.
Out there, I go meet them at the one hotel, the SLS. That was the hotel I met them at.
Okay.
They're in this penthouse suite overlooking the Miami beach. He's high out of his face. He's rolling. I think he's high on ecstasy because I can see his eyes rolling. He's high out of his face. I and Cassie go out on the balcony naked. Cassie's naked. You know, we're both in amazing shape. He's like, yo, y'all motherfuckers look good. Yo, you look like a god. And he's doing all of this complimenting, which was weird because I'm like, dude, I'm naked and I'm standing naked with your girl. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Long story short, Cassie had some sense. She's like, listen, you are too, no, you got to go inside because paparazzi watches. If they catch a glimpse of me with a naked chocolate man like you, I'm going to have a problem. She brings me back inside the suite. She goes into the master bedroom to get ready for the freak off. So while I'm waiting in the living room, Puff pulls out the piano. He sits at the grand piano behind the door and he gives me a joint. So, you know, he and I are sitting there smoking a joint. He says, yo, you got any kids? At the time I had no children. He was like, yo, what you doing with yourself? So I told him I was in optician school. I was doing this, you know, basic bullshit conversation. So he sits there and, you know, he's like, I can tell he wants to ask me something. So I'm like, yo, what's wrong with you? And he says, yo, you know, nah, never mind. I said, yo, just speak your mind. Like, what's wrong with you? He was like, yo, so are you gay? I said, what? Where the fuck did that just come from? Why would you even ask me something like that the way I'm busting your shorty down? So I got angry and I start cursing him out. I'm like, yo, you're a freaking weirdo. So I'm going off on him. Cassie comes out. She's like, yo, what's wrong? I said, yo, this guy just asked me, am I gay? Like, what type of shit is he on? So she looked at him and she was like, don't pay him no attention. He's high. And she laughed it off. So I'm thinking, you know, whatever. I'm still going in on him though, because I believe that he asked me because he wanted to see if I was going to sleep. So I still kept going in. The thing about Puff is he doesn't like negativity. He'll give you money to shut up. So I'm going in on him like, yo, what's wrong with you? You gay or something? Why are you asking me, am I gay? I ain't never gave you no sign I'm gay, dude. You don't catch me looking at you. I damn sure don't want to see your penis. I'm going in on him. He goes in the room. He comes out with a wad of money, throws it at me. Shut up about that shit. Okay, I shut up. You know, it don't take too much to get me to shut up. You pay me. Fast forward to the freak off now. So now he wants to have the freak off. He wants the voyeur. He wants to watch. He tells me and Cassie to go in the bedroom. He commands her to lay on the bed and play with herself. He directs me to stand off to the corner and masturbate while we have the baby oil on and watch, because that was the setup. The freak offs would be in stages. The first stage would be like a soft play where she and I was made to sit back and masturbate and watch each other and kind of build up the passion and the heat of the situation. The next phase would be her giving me fellatio. Things like that, the touching, that's when he would allow us to touch. The third phase would usually be the intercourse. And the intercourse would usually be the final stage to climax when she climaxed, because she always used to climax before me until we started using the excessive amounts of baby oil. And then that would usually wrap up that session into another session, which would probably be 20, 30, no more than 30 minutes later, because she was high and she would need to do this. So during this encounter, he calls me in the room. She and I are in stage one. He's watching me. I can see him watching me through the corner of his eyes. And, it feels weird, but I'm trying not to pay attention to him. I'm focusing on a woman. She looks great. It's not hard to stay focused on her. All of a sudden, he jumps up and he starts to act like he's, going to eat a vagina, which he never did. Never. It had been, this was 2015, I think it was. I saw him for 6 years. I never saw him eat a vagina. But this day, he gets up and he buries his face in her vagina, eating a vagina. But now, here's the thing. While he's doing it,
he busted in her?
No, I didn't yet. No, we hadn't had sex yet. But while he's doing it, he tells me to keep masturbating so she can watch. Okay, no problem. So now I'm watching her masturbating, but he's eating out her vagina, shifting his anus in my view. So it's distracting me because I can't see her vagina. I can see his anus. So I'm like, what the hell is this? So I'm going to let you finish your spin.
Okay, go ahead.
So I see what he's doing. And at first I didn't realize what he was doing. I just got annoyed. So I moved to another side of the bed. I believe I moved to the right just so I would be at an angle to see past him. He waits maybe 2 seconds. He scoots his ass back in front of my view. I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing? So I'm getting mad. I'm like, what is this guy doing? So I moved back to the left side of the bed. Sure enough, a couple of seconds later, he does it again. Finally, I said, yo, what's wrong with you, man? You blocking my view with your ass. Can you stop? And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. He got up. He gets back in the seat like he's going to start his voyeurism again, watching. And he tells us we can go ahead. She says, can I get some dick? He says, yeah. So I jump on her to go have sex with her. She and I start to get involved in the sexual encounter. He says, stop. Let us talk for a second. So now I have to leave the room. That's the order for me to leave the room. Okay, I'm outside. I'm gonna be honest. I was already involved in sex with her, so I was hard. I'm kind of horny.
Guys, we finally got the glutathione complex. All right, so this is the inner glow. This helps to even your skin tone without you having to get injections or IVs. When you see them girls looking real bleached and things like that, it's because they're using too much glutathione and they're putting it in their veins. Whereas you could take a tablet a day and use it with our Koji Cocoa soap, okay? That's on the site all over your body, helping to even your skin tone, helping to brighten the skin tone, and things like that. That's why my skin is just so nice. You don't see me all bleached and extra light because I don't use too much. This is a nice fair dosage, all right? Give it about 6 weeks. You should see improvements, but with the Koji Cocoa soap, you'll definitely see improvements within like a couple of days, okay? And so the reviews are on the site. Use the coupon code TK10 to get 10% off your first order. And so, and this is just it's an amazing combination. Okay, so glutathione as well as the Koji Cocoa soap. Don't forget, guys. All right, 2 of the must-haves, which is the sea moss, 10,000 milligrams, 98% of the vitamins and minerals that our body needs. Every one of us needs to supplement. We need to supplement with plant-based products. Sea moss is plant-based. It comes from the sea. Okay, it's extracted and now it is in a mango flavor as well as a pineapple flavor, all naturally extracted fruits that are mixed together with the sea moss. It kills that fishy smell because sometimes sea moss can be I worked at I was a bartender at a strip club, and that fish smell with women was real. Okay, I used to hate when they be like, go get Star to the stage. I'd be like, I'm not going back there. I'm not going back there. I'm a bartender. I'm a bartender. But you ain't got to worry about all that, okay? And also on top of the sea moss, it has spirulina, zinc, burdock root, okay? This is easy. You can pop it in your water, pop it under your tongue. It's highly absorbable, which means you're going to absorb it real fast as opposed to a capsule. And don't forget, guys, in addition to that, that's something that's highly nutritious for you and also helps your T cells to activate when it's time to activate when you come in contact with different bacteria and viruses and stuff like that. The mushroom extract complex, shiitake mushrooms, one of the main ingredients in here, has been shown through clinical studies to completely help the body to eradicate HPV. They use it in HIV therapy and things like that. And if you can't take mushrooms, the texture and consistency, the gummies are here. They're very, very highly nutritional. They're very good, okay? But we also have the T cell and NK cell mushroom Vitamix, which is the powder. I put this in my smoothies, put it in my coffee. You can even put it in your food, okay? And eat it over the course of a few days, all right? We had a woman write in the other day saying that they couldn't get her calcium levels up, and they tried everything when she was in the hospital. And so something clicked and told her, hey, go get me that mushroom powder. And immediately the doctors were trying to figure out what got her calcium levels up, and it was because of her powder, the Vitamix, the T cell and NK cell Vitamix. And so her family ended up ordering 6 bottles, okay? I think selling us out that day, and then we had to bring more in stock with the vendor and everything like that. But you can get these on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10 to get 10% off your first order. And don't forget, in addition to the sea moss drops, we have the sour sop and sea moss drops, okay? So island people, stand up. I know y'all love y'all sour sop. It's highly nutritional, has a lot of anti-inflammatory properties and things like that. And so this is available as well too with sea moss, black seed oil, and sour sop, okay? Very, very potent, all right? And so our island people will know about this. They put it in their tea, they put it in their coffee, their water. But like I said, if you're just a plain Jane like me, you just want your regular sea moss, we pop it in. But you can get all three all 3 in one for the sea moss, okay? And magnesium is a must, okay? And so very high quality magnesium is a must. And it's a must because a lot of times as Black people, when we have like heart attacks or muscle cramps or spasms or high blood pressure and things like that, half the time, especially given through clinical studies, it's because our magnesium levels are extremely low, okay? And we can get magnesium from water. A lot of us don't drink a lot of water, and we can get it from visiting the sea. Milk of magnesia, I'm not a friend of that, just because it helps to relax the bowels too much to the point where you can take it in, but you're pooping it out. And so taking 1 to 2 magnesium pills a day that are anywhere from 250 milligrams of magnesium to 500 magnesium. I usually take mine at night to help me to, relax. Blood pressure used to be through the roof, okay? Especially with me being an entrepreneur. They say entrepreneurs have the most heart attacks and strokes because we're always constantly worried and things like that, always tight and clenched. Magnesium, taking it at night, after about a week, you should see yourself to start to relax, blood pressure going down according to clinical studies. I am not a doctor, but talk to your doctor about it. Or you can do your own research on Google or is it Chat GPT or Chat GTP, whatever. Okay, but we do have magnesium, high quality magnesium that is made and sourced in the UK. So we have a very good company with high quality supplements. That's one thing that we pride ourselves on, especially with the D3. Y'all keep selling this out, okay? 10,000 IUs of D3 with vitamin C mixed together. We cannot keep that in stock. I keep trying to tell the company, y'all need to make more, like it's not enough. And they're like, we just never had sales like this. I'm like, well, the winos is different. And Black people, we need vitamin D, a lot of it, because we don't get a lot of sun. We're not out in the sun. We're not exercising like we should and things like that. And even if we are, sometimes our body just can't convert it because we're not properly supplemented, all right? So all of this is available on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10 to help get yourself supplemented with high quality supplements that I personally use and recommend daily. And yes, this is sponsored, okay?